Thank you, Council President, Council members, members of the audience, and of course, all the members, residents that live here in the Township of East Brunswick. Tonight, I'd like to take this opportunity in the state of the Township to address and really highlight the municipal staff, as my comments are going to be directed towards their many achievements. And unless we're prepared to stay here to the wee hours of the morning, I will simply be scratching the surface on their accomplishments in 2023 and their plans for the year ahead. But gone are the days when municipal employees were thought of as depicted in the picture across the room. As we take our tour around the township, know that this administration and this council are supported by a team of professional municipal staff that will help us navigate the redevelopment projects that have been started, proposed, and contemplated. They're behind us as we witness an explosion of the arts here in the township, whether that be performance arts such as the East Brunswick Symphonic Orchestra, which debuted a couple of weeks ago, our visual arts such as the 6 Feet Apart and the butterfly installations around town, the film arts such as the Indie Film Festival and the Rose Clang Film Awards, which were held here in East Brunswick. They will be with us as we embark on an expansion of our recreation and sports programs in town, as we look towards cricket fields and an ice hockey rink and others. And while the Board of Education prepares to unveil its plans for either a renovation or a new high school, any project approved by the voters through referendum will be aided by the competent and skilled help of our municipal employees, both in planning, engineering, construction, the Water and Sewer Department, Department of Public Works, and of course, the East Brunswick Police Department. So to start this review, I'm going to steal the most famous line from the 1996 movie Jerry Maguire, which is, "Show me the money." Because of our focus on cash management, replenishment of cash reserves, a high collection ratio, and a low debt, our finance department has continued to earn a AA+ rating from Moody's. Our debt stands at $78 million, which did increase this past year due to the approval of $40 million bond, which will be used to pay for the ice hockey rink. This gives us a debt ratio of 0.893%, which is still an enviable ratio compared to most other towns. Due to our high bond ratio, the township is able to secure funding and financing at a much lower rate than you would be able to do in the open market. While approved, the bond for the rink will not actually be secured until we're closer to construction, which may actually work out well for us as financial analysts predict a reduction in interest rates from the Federal Reserve in 2024. The department handled over $250 million as it collects for the public schools, the county, our fire districts, the water and sewer utility, the pool utility, the redevelopment agency, the public library, and of course, the municipal budget. Notably, the department has seen an increase in ACH payments for property taxes and for water and sewer bills. Our Set It and Forget It program was a big hit among seniors who are proving that you are never too old to adapt to new technology. We thank our residents for our ability to boast a over 99% collection ratio on taxes. And while we're speaking of taxes, our assessor's office reports that we had 247 added assessments in 2023, equating to an additional $13 million in tax rateables. The office processed 822 deeds, which is an indicator of new residents, and they handled 45 tax appeals, which actually represents a 15-year low for tax appeals in the township. Besides new residents who have called East Brunswick home in 2023, there were approximately 80 new businesses that found their way to town, according to the Economic Development Office. The businesses range in fields from restaurants to healthcare, technology to logistics, and government to education services. Notable among them are Wipro, United Healthcare, R.W.J. Barnabas Children's Specialized, United Foods Corporation, Canine Resorts, Duck Donuts, just to name a few. And 2024 is already lining up to exceed that number. Now, even our third graders who come up directly to the township right here where you are today to learn about municipal government know that our biggest responsibility as both the mayor and council is the safety, security, and well-being of the people who live, work, and travel through East Brunswick. For this, we depend on a well-trained police department, along with all of our first responders, such as the fire department, which many of whom are here today, and our first aid squads. As we look at crime statistics over the last 6 years, despite public opinion polls, our crime statistics do not show an increase in violent crime. The areas that are concerned and are showing any moderate rise here in East Brunswick and are not unique to East Brunswick includes larceny, attributed mostly to our Route 18 business corridor, forgery and counterfeiting, which is primarily identity theft, and auto theft. Again, problems that are going on throughout the entire state. Our department stresses the need to be proactive when it comes to protecting the public, and much of this can be seen through their accomplishments this past year and going forward. Our patrol section logged in 70,000 calls last year, which averages to 192 calls a day. It is a very busy department. We progressed on our drone program, which is used primarily for evidence recovery, suspect search, and crowd and traffic control. We did hire 3 new sworn officers. They are presently at the academy in Cape May, and we had added 3 special police officers. Detective Brian Adams, our school resource officer, his department started the Clean Slate program for first-time juvenile offenders to get back on track without being dragged through the criminal justice system. Our community police, led by Sergeant Paul Young, started the Community Response Unit, which is a drug addiction intervention program that allows us to work with the courts as well as addiction counselors, attorneys, and the prosecutor's office to help those that are addicted get the help they need outside of the criminal justice and prison system. The Administration Division is careful to ensure that the department remains compliant with all the requirements of our ongoing accreditation through the New Jersey Association of Chiefs of Police. In 2023, our officers completed over 10,000 hours of training that's both in service, online, and at outside schools. And finally, the Community Police Department continued to reach out to the community through programs such as Neighborhood Watch and active shooter training, the Junior Police Academy, security assessments and hazard analysis, which is used by our local houses of worship, businesses, and our public buildings, both the township and the public schools. The Department of Public Works maintains our 165,000 square feet of buildings, maintains our fleet of vehicles, manages all road maintenance, including snow removal, stormwater basins, and road repair. The department also manages the water and sewer utility. The most notable achievement in 2023 was the awarding of a new 5-year contract for solid waste and recycling to IWS. The changes were broken down in pamphlets that were sent out to every resident. They were in EBTV segments and is explained on the township's website and Facebook page. The changes include twice per week solid waste pickup and every other week recycling. Everyone will be getting 95-gallon garbage bins, which will be distributed this spring and can allow for sidearm automated pickups. Despite early plans to curtail loose leaf pickup, the township is happy to continue this service and will provide schedules for those pickups this fall. Other notable achievements of the Department of Public Works includes the fact that they did lay down over 1,600 tons of asphalt used for road repair this past year and crack sealed over 32 miles of roadway. Solid waste tonnage was reduced by 212 tons this year, thus reducing our tipping fees. And I'm going to digress for a second. The cost for removing garbage is the hauling cost, which is what was made up in that contract. That's only one part of the cost of removing waste. When you get solid waste in the trucks and they're brought up to the local landfill, the solid waste is weighed, and the town gets a separate tipping charge for the amount of solid waste that's thrown away. So anything that a town can do to reduce the amount that we put in the waste is actually going to also save tax dollars. And this new contract should expect us to be able to do that, because it's estimated that without proper lids on your garbage cans, most of the garbage accumulates close to 25% of water absorption. So we're paying to throw away water. So I think we could do better. So that 212-ton saving, I expect, should improve this year. The water utility has replaced meters in about 80% of our homes. This year we will be looking to complete the rest of that project. There were 26 water main breaks that were repaired in 2023. That is a 13-year low. Part of that is due to the proactive work of the department to make sure that they maintain the lines, and I think the other part was we actually had a fairly decent year with rather mild weather. The New Jersey Department of Transportation water main replacement project on Route 18 is actually 50% complete at this point. That's just the water part. They estimate that this portion of the water repair should be completed by the fall of this year. The sewer utility continues to work to reduce biochemical oxygen demand by using smart technology and pure science-based decisions. The department saved over $175,000 compared to that they had estimated they would need to spend this past year. We also finalized the Kingswood pump station upgrades that are awaiting final approval from the DEP. This upgrade will allow us to convert the septic system up at the Community Arts Center to municipal sewer. This change allows us to do the safe expansion of the Community Arts Center, as our plans will ultimately result in much higher utilization, which is beyond the capacity of a septic system. The Department of Planning, Engineering, and Construction works so closely with DPW that I actually often lose track of where one ends and the other begins. Cooperation is the name of the game there, and their major accomplishments over this past year and for the year ahead include the fact that our pavement improvement program, which started from taking office, has now resulted this past year in 35 local roads that were repaved for over 6 miles of roadway. Whitehall Road was repaired using a New Jersey DOT Transportation Trust Fund grant for the repaving part of it. The water repairs was done through the water department. Tice's Lane, part of that was done with Transportation Trust Fund granting from the state. That was the portion of Tice's that went from Riders Lane to the YMCA, and the portion of Riders that's between Walmart and ShopRite. That portion was all done with a grant from the state through the Transportation Trust Fund. The portion of the highway, a portion of the road that was done from Harts Lane all the way to Route 18 is part of the agreement that we had with 110 Tice's, the legacy project. That was part of our deal with them. They had to do all of the repaving, the disability upgrades, the widening of the road, the turning lanes, the reworking of the intersection with Renee Road, the continuation of Renee Road, and a completely new signal. That's all on their dime. The portion that remains is a project that's part of the agreement with Hidden Oaks, who has not kept to their deal. That approximately $2 million stretch that's left to be done is something that was agreed upon by the developer, who has not honored that part of the agreement to date, and they don't want to tax the public with that $2 million. So we're waiting for them to finish that off. In 2024, we will also got a Transportation Trust Fund grant to repave all of New Brunswick Avenue. On the docket for this year will be the new signals at Fern and Cranberry, Hardenberg and Riva, and Hardenberg and Fresh Ponds Road. Also on the docket for this year is going to be the sidewalk repair on Dunham's Corner Road by Young Israel, because as many people in the room know, a lot of people walk on that part of the road, and there's no median, there's no real buffer between the sidewalk and the road. That sidewalk's going to be moved back. There's going to be a buffer put in place and guardrails. As soon as the weather breaks, that project's already been approved. We already have a project assigned to somebody, and that work will be done shortly. The department brought in $2.1 million in permit fees in 2023, and over 2,600 certificate of occupancies were issued. So again, very busy department. In 2023 and going into 2024, we will be dealing with the development of the public municipal ice rinks. The design and bidding process was done last year. Bids are expected to go out shortly, after which we will get a contractor and commence with construction probably within the next couple of months. 110 Tice's, again, the legacy part of that deal included giving the township the 8 acres of land that's going to be built on, and all of the site improvements, the stormwater, the parking lot that's already actually been built, all of the water and sewer lines, all of that was part of Tice's. Our responsibility is the building itself. The department maintains silver status with Sustainable New Jersey, and the East Brunswick Community Housing Corporation, under our Department of Construction, continues to purchase units and has currently a $2.6 million fund balance. This self-liquidating corporation, founded in the 1970s, continues to help our township meet its affordable housing obligations and has helped us to limit the number of units required to be built through fair share housing in the courts. The Department of Fun, otherwise known as the Department of Recreation and Parks, has another banner year in 2023 with the swelling of new programming and a higher than average turnout. Their accomplishments included the complete renovation of Field C at Heavenly Farms and a new scoreboard and bleacher system, which was added to Field B at Heavenly Farms. This year they will be, last year they designed and sent out for bid a new cricket field up at Heavenly Farms. Construction, again, should start shortly. The Community Arts Center expansion that I spoke about earlier did achieve Green Acres approval from the New Jersey DEP, and plans will be available this year, and the department, along with the East Brunswick Arts Coalition, will look to bring on professional fundraising firms to help raise the money for this project, which we hope will be completely done through fundraising efforts. Again, the East Brunswick Ice Arena Committee and the department finalized its plan for the rinks. The bids expected to go out shortly in construction this year. The Sadowski Park was completely redone, along with resurfacing of the grounds. We had, in addition to our regular East Brunswick Day and 4th of July, other programs that the township has traditionally done, the department brought on new programs such as Winter Wonderland, Pride at the Pool, Halloween Trunk or Treat, National Hot Dog Day, and Dogust, which is celebrating our canine friends in the dog days of August. The East Brunswick Youth Council obtained a $130,000 grant from Lowe's Hometown Heroes program to completely renovate the youth center at Dunham's Corner Road. If any of you have not seen it, they did a terrific job. The township's day camps received reaccreditation through the American Camp Association, making it one of the only municipal-run day camps to achieve that status. The East Brunswick Symphony Orchestra was started in 2023, and they had their debut just a couple of weeks ago at the Community Arts Center. And finally, with all that, the department was able to bring in over $300,000 more than last year, clocking in at $2.6 million. Now, with all due respect, I do not want to insult the Department of Aging, who also considers them the Department of Fun. Last year, the department saw 302 new members join the center, which was a record high. That brings their daily census to 120 members showing up on a daily basis. The department provided over 10,000 bus rides for shopping, banking, going to the pharmacy, and provided over 11,000 home-delivered meals to housebound seniors. They provided support groups, social services, SHIP, and Medicare counseling to hundreds of residents. The department also helps match seniors that are in need with either fall leaf pickup or snow removal with volunteers from our youth council. Most importantly, the department saw attendance at classes, programs, and lectures increase to 825 attendees per month. The year was capped with 200 attendees attending the annual holiday party at the Park Chateau. The East Brunswick Public Library also had another busy year with over 200,000 people walking through its doors and customers borrowing over $500,000 items in books, DVDs, e-books, music, museum passes, and tech kits. The library continues to obtain grants. Among those were 2 6-week summer programs, one for immersive English language learners. The other was for summer concert series that many people attended, which reflects the diverse cultures living both here in East Brunswick and Middlesex County. The library meeting rooms hosted 889 outside events, and almost 22,000 people attended some of their special events that were done either in person or virtually. Now, to promote township events and achievements and general marketing, the township has had the service of a full television network through EBTV. This past year, the township approved the addition of a marketing manager to aid in this mission. While we still rely on print media, TV, and mail, there is an undeniable shift to the importance of social media in increasing the town's reach. Last year, EBTV produced 243 videos, had over 137,000 views on YouTube for over 8,900 hours of content, and that was viewed in 36 countries. Facebook and Instagram reached 129,000 accounts and was viewed by 50,000 people for 500 hours of viewing. Marketing has resulted in a 20% increase in Facebook and an almost 50% increase in Instagram. We expect that to actually go up in 2024. Township IT department continues to be that critical glue that keeps the township, our department, our employees, and outside contacts connected. And in this world of security threats, identity theft, and ransom targeting, we cannot let our foot off the gas for 1 minute. Now, to read to you what they're doing would be like me reading to you a medical text. No one's going to understand what I said. So I clearly don't understand tech jargon. But from a 30,000-foot view, they've added critical security measures, mitigated our cloud system of storage. They upgraded the township phone system. They upgraded the system bandwidth, installed card key access and cameras at critical points in the municipality. They upgraded township and police firewalls, along with their many other regular and daily responsibilities. And in many instances, our IT employees came in at off hours to complete this work because it simply couldn't be done during the day. Now, as we look forward to the year ahead, there are exciting projects which include the construction of the rinks and the cricket field, plans for the expansion of the community arts center, many new businesses, better solid waste and recycling service as we implement our new contract. I'm also happy to report that the New Jersey DOT has indicated that the Route 18 construction project is ahead of schedule. You can clap for that. Should they continue to make progress at the current pace, the project should be completed ahead of schedule. Finally, one of our largest township projects that a town will ever undertake is completely out of the hands of this municipal government. As you can guess, this would be the renovation or new construction of a new high school. I expect that the Board of Education will continue to make progress on this project and will provide plans for a renovation or a new school to the public. Along with these plans must be a complete understanding of the tax effect for residents, as this will ultimately be determined by the residents themselves through a referendum, and they are entitled to all of the information before they are asked to vote. So as you can plainly see, the township administration, our council, and I are extremely proud of our professional employees. It is a privilege to work with them as a team and on behalf of the residents of East Brunswick. Long gone are the days when the image of municipal government employees is like the one I opened with, and it continues to be the honor of a lifetime to serve as your mayor. So God bless this township, our employees, our troops, and the United States of America. Thank you.